Sunday. Happy race day. Happy second round of the playoffs. We are down to the top 12. And we head to Kansas. First of all, I hope that if you were in the path of Helene, that you were safe. And that you are starting to recover. My thoughts, my prayers are with you all. I know that I have many family, friends who Florida and Georgia, South Carolina, Southwestern Virginia, who all were heavily in this path. Even North Carolina. I can't forget North Carolina because my mom and my stepdad are in North Carolina, and have seen just the devastating destruction from this hurricane. So I hope that you are safe. And yeah, together we will rebuild somehow. There's a lot of history and a lot of things that have been lost. I know Asheville, North Carolina has been cut off from everything. And parts of Highway 140 have been destroyed and have also been cut off because of just the pure destruction of this hurricane. So it's awful. Absolutely awful. And they're already talking about a possible future couple more. One's already in the Atlantic, but thankfully it doesn't look like it's going to hit anything. And future forecasts have 2 more possibly. I'm over hurricane season already. 100%. Just thoughts and prayers are with you all. This is bigger than racing. This is bigger than football. This is about being human, and it's rough. I know. I'm hoping to. We're hoping, my husband and I, once my friend that got hit really hard in Southwestern Virginia, to go out and help them as soon as they can get power. So hopefully next weekend, go out, help them get things back in order in some fashion. So if you are able, find a way to help. I'm not saying that means go donate to your local Red Cross or anything, but because I know how some people feel, but find a way to help. Give back to those that are in need right now. I've always looked at NASCAR as something that is family-based and willing to help one another. And find a way to give back. Like I said, it doesn't have to be through the Red Cross. It could just be helping someone in need right now. So anyway, now on to a little more of a happier note. Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on if you take dominating Bristol by Kyle Larson, like a happier note. I don't know. That was literally a dominating performance. He led like most of the laps. We only had 8 lead changes between 4 drivers. Alex Bowman led the first 32. Kyle Larson took over. Alex Bowman led one more lap. Tyler Reddick led a couple laps. Bubba Wallace led a lap. And then lap 334 to 500, all we saw was Kyle Larson. So, I mean, literally, there wasn't much to see other than the Kyle Larson show. I mean, literally, Tyler Reddick was leading for 2 laps. So 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Like, he led all but, we'll say, less than 40 laps of the 500 lap race. And yeah. But yeah, less than 40 laps. There was no issues, thankfully, with tires. I really thought, we might see something like we did with the spring, but no, they didn't have any of that. Because clearly Kyle Larson was able to just, and was putting people down laps left and right. I was like, what the world? I was not prepared for that. But clearly, that's all it took. Whatever combo they put on this time, it left for nothing. Like, if you had the right setup, you had the right momentum, you were good. And there wasn't as many cautions, or at least to me, we had 5 caution flags for 36 laps, and some of those were, just the stage breaks. We did have one right there at the beginning, 6 through 10, John Hunter Nemechek. Then, the stage conclusions. We had another one with Joey Logano, the stage 2 conclusion, and then we had an incident with Corey LaJoie and Josh Berry at lap 330, which was 7 laps. But other than that, we didn't have anything crazy. Stage 1, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Martin Truex Jr., William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, and then Bubba Wallace. Then with stage 2, it was Kyle Busch. Sorry, not Kyle Busch. It was Kyle Larson again. I'm drawing a blank. The 19. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Martin Truex Jr. I should know this. Like, I just said his name. Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs, then Christopher Bell. Then we had Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman. We then had Chase Briscoe, the 12. which is, it's rough morning this morning. Ryan Blaney. I need some more coffee, y'all. And then Chase Elliott. I definitely need some more coffee. And then when we ended, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Bubba Wallace, who just had his contract extended. We just talked about that last week. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Ryan Preece, which was a good race for him. Chase Briscoe, good race for him as well. Alex Bowman and Ross Chastain. The rest of the playoff drivers, Osik Cindric finished 13th. Ty Gibbs was 15th, but he was eliminated. William Byron was 17th. He was eliminated. Tyler Reddick, he was 20th. He did move on. Martin Truex Jr. was 24th. He was eliminated. Brad Keselowski was 26th. Joey Logano was 28th. He had already secured his spot. 31st was Daniel Suarez. And Harrison Burton, 35th, which was, he was eliminated. And I believe Brad Keselowski was the other one that was eliminated. Yes, Brad was. It was, definitely one of those rough evenings for some of those drivers, and being eliminated and no longer being able to go for that championship. Good for them to get him, but they are not going for it anymore. However, let's see if any of them are able to spoil any races moving forward on, the next couple of races, keeping the quote-unquote guaranteed spots, making the drivers force, to get playoff points. That will be very interesting to watch and see how that plays out. This does end Martin Truex Jr.'s chances at a title in his final season, and poor man. However, this is so far the best finish for Denny Hamlin since the playoffs have started. And so they said the dog can stay for now. If you listened last week, the dog was on the chopping block that they had found earlier in the season. But since he ran well at Bristol, the extra dog that the girls found is no longer free to a good home as the moment. However, anything could change. Because, if he goes back to losing, he says they're on offense now instead of being on defense, which, I guess we'll have to wait and see how the rest of this plays out. They are at Kansas this week, which Toyotas just tend to do better at Kansas overall. I just, at least from what I've seen, they qualified overall better, and they just tend to do well. NASCAR, came out and said they were baffled at the lack of tire wear at Bristol. I was too, honestly, because I was expecting a whole lot more craziness because of it. But it didn't come. And that was shocking to me because they were playing around with tires. And usually when they do that, that brings on issues. This week, Corey LaJoy and Justin Haley switch spots. Corey LaJoy goes to Rick Ware Racing. Justin Haley goes over to Spire to take over. See how that plays out. Sorry, y'all. I've been sick again. We also got news. Ty Dillon will be back running full-time next year in the Cup Series. Wasn't exactly expecting that news, but he will be back full-time next year. We'll have to see how that plays out. It's like, okay, good for him. He didn't run full-time this year in the Cup race or the Cup Series, but he has a full-time ride with Kellogg Racing starting in 2025. They announced on Saturday he will be driving number 10. It has released the rights to number 31 and acquired the rights to number 10. So I guess we're gonna see how that works out. And he is taking over for Daniel Hemrick, who won't be returning next season. Hemrick has said, he will the desire to win on Sundays will always burn inside of me. I'm focused and full of intentions to finish the last 7 races of the season as strong as we can while continuing to build on whatever the next chapter of the journey holds for me. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how the story continues to unfold there. That shall be interesting overall. And just to go with my Toyota theory-ish overall, Eric Almirola in a Toyota won Kansas yesterday. I'm just saying. We did have a couple of Xfinity drivers have words. They were not too pleased with everyone. But that's kind of usual, it seems like, nowadays. We do start the second round of playoffs. Currently on below the bubble, we'll say, is Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, and Chase Briscoe. Joey Logano holds the final transfer spot. All of those, all the points got reset with the new round of 12. So we are looking at Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and then Joey Logano being the top 8. Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, and Chase Briscoe being 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that is where we start fresh today. Kyle Larson plus 39. Christopher Bell is plus 24. Tyler Reddick is plus 20. William Byron is plus 14. Ryan Blaney plus 11. Denny Hamlin plus 7. Chase Elliott is plus 6. And Joey Logano is plus 4. Like I said, right now, Joey is just above that cutoff line. So him and Chase won't take much, sadly. They're right there at it. They have to still be on their A game going into the next 3 races. Along with, Austin Cindric, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, and Chase Briscoe. One of, those 4, they have to, ensure that either they win so that they can move on, or something. They more so winning than anything, but ensuring that they're getting the points that they need to move forward, or hoping that somebody in the top 8 has extremely rough times going into this round, which, I can see them doing, but, you don't want to wish ill will on anyone, but you just never know. You can't afford incidents at this point. One or 2 bad races can hurt you at any given time. And we got quite a few coming in. We have, like I said, Kansas today. It starts. The command to start engines is 2:54. Green flag right at 3:05. Garage opens at 12. Driver's meeting is at 2. Driver's introductions is at 12 or 2:15. Sorry, driver's meeting is at 2. Driver's introductions is at 2:15. Invocation 2:46, and then national anthem directly thereafter. We are going a little over 400 miles. I'm already preparing myself for overtime, because that's just the thing that we're doing nowadays is overtime. But if we don't, it's 267 laps. Stage 1, lap 80. Stage 2 ends at lap 165. It is on USA, and coverage begins at 2:30 on USA, countdown to green, and then it will, of course, go straight into the race starting at 3. If you need to listen to it, MRN or Sirius XM channel 90. It is supposed to be a beautiful day of 79. With no chance of rain. Yay! And Kyle Larson beat Chris Buescher by 0.001 seconds in May. And the closest finish in the series history. But I'm thinking, that's probably changed, because we've had some pretty close finishes since. And then Chase Elliott was 3rd. Tyler Reddick won last year's playoff race, though. Denny Hamlin was 2nd, and Eric Jones placed 3rd. So for where we are, Christopher Bell is 1st, Ty Gibbs 2nd, Kyle Busch 3rd, Tyler Reddick 4th, Joey Logano is starting 5th, William Byron 6th, Ryan Blaney 7th, Denny Hamlin 8th, Chase Briscoe 9th, Daniel Suarez 10th. The rest of your playoff drivers, Kyle Larson is starting 11th, Alex Bowman 12th, Austin Cindric is starting 17th, and Chase Elliott is starting at the rear. He had an engine issue after they had to changed the engine, it looks like. They found an issue in the engine, and they changed it after qualifying session. So they, of course, moved him to the rear of the starting lineup because of that engine change. I guess it's better to find the engine issue to start with than find it in the middle of the race. Because that could be quite devastating to begin with. So who knows? Anyway, happy Sunday, happy race day. Have an amazing Sunday. And again, I hope that you are able to do something for someone else this week, even if it's just a smile. And I will see you again next week to talk about Kansas and the funness that we have coming up, because NASCAR is still talking about how they're going to work to change the cars up for Talladega to hopefully keep people from flying, and drivers are worried about visibility. So we have plenty more to continue to unpack. See y'all soon. Bye, y'all.